everyone, so I thought I would bring you my thoughts and kind of a demo on this product, the My Sculpted Face by IT Cosmetics. I purchased this from Ulta. I did get it during a 20% off that included Prestige Cosmetics. And contouring products seem to be very popular right now, you know, very heavily contoured and kind of sculpted looks are also pretty popular. I would say in general, I am not one that really likes on myself very much contour. As far as my skin tone, I am around an NC 10 or so on my face. My neck is lighter. Sometimes I will use a little bit of this product to kind of darken my neck a little to get a little bit closer to my face. Day to day, before I bought this, I was not often using contour products, but since I purchased this, I have been using it pretty often. What I'm looking for me is just to kind of enhance my existing contour. You can see in the before any sort of contour blush, I have a little bit of a natural shadow right here. Not much. When I gain weight, I gain a lot in my face. My face tends to get very full, so I don't tend to contour at that weight. Like when I had gained weight from the pregnancy and etc., etc., I felt like there just wasn't really enough of an existing natural contour to enhance. You know, at that point I was just kind of creating one, and I feel like on me that just does not look good unless it's in pictures. In pictures it can look a little bit more natural, but in person I feel like it just can look unnatural when you see someone from the side and all you see is a stripe as opposed to like kind of an embellishment of an actual shadow. So that's just how I prefer contour on me. You know, how everybody else uses it I can't say anything about because it's their face, not mine. So in the demo, what I've been using, and you can see by how much product I've used, I've been using this color primarily, which is almost like a slightly rosy brown, and I'll show the swatches as well. This one I think is maybe a little bit more of a cooler brown. And when I want something a little bit deeper, like the contour that I actually applied today, I use the deepest shade in a very small amount and just enhance kind of the cheekbone contour. And the only one I have not used on my face, like on my cheeks or around my face, is this second to deepest shade. I feel like when you see the swatch, it looks almost a little bit orangey toned, just not something that I think would work on my face. The reason I bought this one specifically was I liked that it had whites in it. Since I'm very fair, sometimes highlights are not very highlighting on me just because they are not light enough. The Anastasia palette, one of the things I remember, I think maybe Tiffany D mentioned, was that the highlight shades were not very light. And so that's something that immediately just kind of like, well, I'm not going to even bother looking at that, because if I'm going to get a palette with a highlight, I would like to actually be able to highlight with it. So I was kind of intrigued with the contour palette, but the other thing I thought was I can keep this at my vanity, and I've got a bunch of kind of crease and transition colors all right in here. I've got highlight colors for my eyes. So I could use it for contouring, and then I could also use it on my eyes. So that is something else that I demo. And for the demo, I used this more kind of cooler brown as opposed to the more rosy brown that I use on my face. And I just use that in the crease, and I also use the whites for my brow bone highlight and my inner corner highlight. Thoughts on the contour colors. The one that I've used the most, I would say, is a little bit powdery. It blends really easily because of that, so I feel like it's super easy to slap on. The brush that I really have been liking to use for this is the Real Techniques Duo Fiber Contour Brush. This, I think, was limited edition, but I was at Ulta a couple days ago and they still have it in stock. Both of these shades I feel are a little bit powdery. The deeper shades are a little bit more creamy. They feel a little bit more like a typical eyeshadow. like a really nice buttery creamy matte shadow. So those I feel like kick up a little bit less of that, you know, powdery product. But they're still easy to blend. You know, I show using this really deep color and I still feel like it blends pretty easily. I think with all of these you do run the risk of blending it away into nothing, and since I'm concerned about not having too sharp of a contour, that's something that I can definitely do and may have done in that demo. I'll see after I watch it again. As far as the highlight goes, the matte white it's pretty sheer. I don't know if it would be that usable for people that are not very fair if it was more opaque, but I feel like on me, I use it, but I don't know that I really notice any difference. And I'm gonna see how it comes out, you know, in the recording to see if you can see any difference, because when I'm actually doing my makeup, I don't feel like I see much of a difference. The shimmery highlight, and it's the only shade in the palette that has shimmer, is really, really shimmery. This is one you have to be very careful with. You know, the back here has a little face with some kind of places that you can apply contour. I think it says to use either highlight that you want, yeah, dust on your choice of highlighting shades, either matte or shimmer. If you used shimmer in all of those spots, you would really, really need to take a super, super light hand. I mean, I would be a little bit scared of putting highlight places like that around your mouth with that much shimmer. I think it could get a little, I think it would have to be like really crazy over the top nighttime makeup for that to really work. I'm not sure. Maybe you all could make it work. I don't think I could make it work day to day. That's just too much shimmer for me, and it's so pigmented. I mean, I have difficulty controlling it even on my cheeks. If I'm not careful, I'll like lay down a stripe and it will just kind of stick, because I feel like it's a little bit harder to blend. You know, once you put it on, it's really hard to kind of diffuse it away. So that's something I would definitely encourage being very careful with. Use a very fluffy brush, you know, something duo fiber, tap it in and kind of build it. And that's how I feel about, in general, just about contouring. You know, put a light amount in and then kind of build it up as you go. So overall, I'm very pleased with the quality of the shadows, the contour shades. The matte white, like I said, is for me a little lackluster, but everything else I'm really pleased with. I think it's very easy to use. It does say that it is waterproof and sweatproof, which to me is essentially the same, but I would say that I haven't had the best chance to really put that to the test. I do sweat a lot, that's not a problem, but I spend my days at home with my 1-year-old baby, so we're spending a lot of time kind of playing around on the floor and this and that and giving him lots of hugs and kisses, and I feel like I'm probably rubbing off a lot of product just in that way. So I do feel like at the end of the day I don't notice that I have a whole lot of contour left, but it's hard to really say how anything is going to last very well in that kind of situation, because you're not putting as much down as you are like a foundation and that kind of thing. So lasting power, you know, perfect world, I'm not really sure. But day to day, I do notice by the end, I don't think I have as much left on my face. But since I am using it in a very subtle way, who knows, maybe I don't have much to begin with. As far as using them as eyeshadows, I'm really pleased with it. I feel like they all work well except for that matte white. But I can mix the matte white and the matte or the shimmery white together and use it on my brow bone, and it kind of takes down the shimmer from the shimmery highlight so that it's not so crazy, because that can be really intense up on your brow bone area. And I really do like that really intense shimmer on my inner corner. I've always, for for a while I've really liked a kind of strong inner corner highlight, so I like that, you know. I've been looking for a good highlight that for my inner corner and my brow bone that I could keep in my vanity so I wasn't pulling out products here and there. And I feel like this one is definitely a good option. I have a few other things that I keep in my vanity for that purpose as well, that some are a little bit more on the cream side as opposed to the white, and I do like having a white option in there, so that's pretty nice. Overall, I'm really happy with it. The only thing I do want to mention, just as far as the kind of claims and what it's going to do for your face, it says appear instantly slimmer, more youthful, and energetic, and even hide a double chin. Someone such as myself that has had double chin issues for a long time, you know, the angle I record in tries to give me a little bit more of a flattering view of this region, but I do have that here and I have loose skin here. I don't bother putting contour down there because if you're in a picture environment, I think that's fine, but day to day, your double chin is still there and people can see that there's kind of a dark color product on there. It might from a distance look like it's kind of fading away, but I think once you're up close, it's just, that's a difficult look to pull off. And I know for me, it's prominent enough that it's not going to look natural, and I don't think it's going to be the most flattering thing. So that's something where I could highlight kind of the natural jawline and maybe have that look a little bit more defined. But once I get down to the kind of nitty gritty of right under my chin, I'm not going to put anything down there. It just doesn't, it's not going to look good. If you have one that's a little less prominent, I think maybe you could work with it, but for me personally, it's just not a good thing. So that's the only issue I really take with kind of the product itself, what they're trying to have you. Yeah, so overall I would definitely recommend it. I think it is a good price if you are looking for something that's contouring plus highlighting plus possibly, you know, using on your eyes. I think it's kind of, for me, a 2-for-1. I do like having this combination. It's quite slim. It does have 2 mirrors. One is a regular mirror and one's a magnifying mirror, so it is nice if you want some little up close and personal action. Yeah, so something you can just kind of keep with you where you keep your regular makeup, even if you normally keep the rest of your makeup stored away. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, if you have used this and how you liked it, how it worked for your skin tone. I would love to hear it. I hope you are having a great day, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.